Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You two are both incompetent. You can't even follow basic instructions. Do you even know how to make spreadsheets? How we say, I do like the error you put up there. So decent job, I guess. All in all, you just aren't doing your job right.
Has this ever happened to you? Felt that what you were trying to communicate was just not getting through to your employees? Or maybe you tried giving some feedback that was just not effective and not received well.
Hi, my name is Carlton Manganon, and I'm here to make managing your company more manageable. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about feedback and how to give it. Before we start talking about giving feedback, we should first clearly define what feedback is, first of all. Feedback can be defined as information about a product or how one is performing in an effort to achieve a goal. It is an essential tool to gauge when things are going in the right direction and when they are going in the wrong direction. This allows organizations, teams, and individuals to correct course.
When providing feedback, it is important to consider what type of feedback you are giving. Feedback can be corrective, otherwise known as redirecting, to which the feedback that is being given is intended to improve someone or something. It is also important to acknowledge when something or someone is on track and doing a good job. This type of feedback is known simply as positive or reinforcing feedback. The type of feedback we give needs to be critical and constructive. Feedback which is utilizable will typically foster improvement. At the end of the day, feedback is meant to help an individual, not tear them down.
Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about how we can give feedback.
More often than not, many people feel inclined to start with a piece of positive feedback, go into their corrective feedback, and then lastly followed by another piece of positive feedback. This is what is known as the feedback sandwich. This method of feedback is not the most ideal method of providing feedback. It can confuse people on whether they actually did a good job or if they screwed up. It can be also easily spotted and therefore perceived to be inauthentic. Lastly, the corrective feedback actually undermines the impact of the praise that was given.
What I would like to introduce you all to is a different approach to providing feedback. This is called the Situation, Behavior, Impact Model, or SBI for short. The SBI model is a four-step approach that allows you to effectively communicate corrective feedback to whomever is needed. Instead of talking you through it with you all, I think it would be best to show you what this model looks like.
This is Scott. While he's been hard at work, his coworker has been dilly-dallying all day. This behavior sure is bothering him.
What this guy's doing sure is bothering me. I'll just wait till he gets the hint. Otherwise, I'm gonna blow up on him.
Uh-oh. Maybe waiting until it's too late to give feedback isn't the best idea. Let's try that again.
What this guy's doing sure is bothering me. Maybe I should tell him so this problem doesn't persist.
That's right, Scott. As the SBI model suggests, the first step is to be prompt. Timely feedback is much more useful, especially when it's given often. Let's see what he does next.
Hey, what you are doing is wrong.
Oh no, Scott. You should never give unwarranted feedback. The SBI model's second step suggests that you ask permission first before providing feedback.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Do you have some time to talk right now? There's something I'd like to express to you.
Much better. Now that we have our friend's permission, we can now move on to giving the feedback.
So I'm assuming you'd rather play with your Game Boy thing than do your actual job. I don't know. Seeing how our doc looks, it seems like you don't give a flying fart about work.
Scott. Those were a lot of assumptions you made about your coworker. Step 3 of the SBI model states that you should describe your coworker's behavior based off observation. Remember to be specific and avoid judgment or evaluation. Give it one more try.
So, I've observed that you've been quite distracted lately. While working on the document, I noticed that you've been playing on your Nintendo Switch and that your parts of the document are incomplete.
Well done, Scott! Now, let's move on to the last step of the SBI model.
When we get yelled at by our boss for not finishing this project, don't come crying to me because it's all your fault! Why are you even wasting your time on that game? I bet you're not even that good, nerd!
Oh no, Scott. That came off a little aggressive. This last step of giving feedback is the most crucial step. If you don't present your feedback appropriately, you may end up with a response like this. Let's do it one more time, but instead, utilize the last step of the SBI model.
Seeing you play on your Nintendo Switch makes me feel like the work that needs to be done isn't being shared evenly. I personally feel additional stress to get this project done. Would you mind helping me get this done so we can complete it in a timely manner?
Nicely done! The last step of the SBI model suggests that you describe the impact that the behavior had on you. Sharing your emotional or personal response allows the recipient of the feedback to gain a better understanding of how their actions are affecting others. By following these 4 steps of the SBI model when giving feedback, you'll be more likely to see responses like this.
Now that we have a better grasp of how the SBI model works, let's revisit our friends from the first scene and see how we can apply this model to those boys.
What? Oh no, this just won't do. I should go talk with my team immediately. You got a moment, boys? If you have the capacity for it now, I was hoping to provide some feedback on the spreadsheet that we're working on. Would that be okay? As you know, our department was tasked to gather data and log it all into a report. When I went into a spreadsheet, I noticed that the document was not where it needed to be with respect to our project timeline. I also observed that the two of you have been talking some additional time out of the workday to take care of other things. Observing this behavior in the workplace, coupled with the incomplete document, I am beginning to worry that we will not be able to meet our deadline. I respect your need for downtime during this busy time. If you don't mind, however, would you please invest a little time more into this project today, as we can have it completed in an organized and timely manner.
You now have all the tools to give feedback in a constructive and an effective manner. Thank you for tuning in. We hope that managing feedback has now become more manageable.
And always remember, a happy team is a happy workplace.
Yeah!